My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Now, I know I have an individual that's very upset that the Black Nova is an amazing screen paint. And it is, like I said, when it comes to darker technologies, they are better than light gray screen paint mixes or light gray certified screens or white screens or whatever, because you're getting contrast, you're getting color, you're getting the whole 9 yards. And I guess he got a helper now. He has a little helper with him. And what these two don't understand is that the countless demonstrations we do on live, and there's no way to fake real time, virtually impossible. The wall upstairs I have is 150, I think 51-inch black screen that was painted live. We do paint on demonstrations live. Mind you, this product has sold, I mean, we sold a lot of this product. We would have, if this thing did exactly what it was supposed to do, we would have dozens upon dozens upon dozens of video testimonies popping up about the product not working. But we don't have that, do we? Interesting. So I'm gonna go dig out my, and people have been asking me too about the fabric screens. Painting them, making your own OLED fabric screens. You know where I keep my fabric screen? I'm gonna show you where I keep it at. And I told you stuff doesn't crack or peel. That's what I like about this one, because I don't gotta drag this. Oh, I should do that more often. I should just do all fabric screens, because then I don't gotta drag these big screens up the stairs. I can just pick them up from wherever I throw them at. So my screen, I think, is under a pile of those cushions over there. So let's go dig it out. Find my screen, which I think is buried in all these cushions, because this is where I put it. It's not easier for me to stick it over there than any place else. I think it's in here. Oh, it is down here. It is down here. All right. People have been asking me questions about storing the screens, being able to fold them up. You know, because, you know, you got a 150-inch screen. It's a pretty big screen. All right, put this up today. I might do a demonstration up there. If it doesn't rain, I'll do a demonstration. So this is my screen right here. That's where I keep it at, in that little corner tucked away. And I think what I'm gonna start doing is I'm just gonna do all 100-inch screens out of fabric. So that way I don't have to carry these great big heavy screens upstairs, which I should have did a long time ago. Now, I got demonstrations on YouTube of me freezing screens, me producing screens out in snowstorms. You name it, we did it already. Everybody else don't follow by those guidelines. They don't do that because their product can't do that at all without having complications like fading and washing out. Let's get my screen stretched out here. I got the camera down low enough so you can see this. Let me bring the camera down some. So that's where I keep my screen at, because I have customers like, can I fold it up? You can fold it up, put it anywhere you want, as long as you give it a day to dry. When you do the fabric screens, 2 coats, mind you, got to put 2 coats on that surface. We got original surface that's not coated. Hold on for a minute. Some information here. So, you know, to the individuals, 2 of them, keep in mind, the only way I would have the ability to be able to fake a real-time demonstration is I would have to have either amazing powers to be able to manipulate the minds of every individual that would actually be watching this video to make them see something that they're not seeing, or the product works. So that's where you basically come off looking like idiots. You know, I don't care how many video demonstrations you do. We do real-time demonstrations on this product. All test demonstrations are done in real time. Real time. So it's really hard to get around a demonstration that's done in real time. If something falls or breaks or whatever, you're going to see it. There's no way for me to edit that out because you already saw it in real time. All right, so this is what the fabric looks like when you get it. That's what the surface looks like first. Mine's marked up pretty bad because, as I told you before, my surface used to be the drop cloth in the basement that I was splattering paint and mess all over, and I decided to turn it back into a professional screen, which shows you that, you know, once you prime them, you know, if a bird basically craps on the side of your screen, because you have a really big one outside, 180-inch 1-point ad outside, wasn't exactly folding it up and dragging it back into the house back and forth, and a couple birds that had popped on top of it, pooped on it. And I just went out there with a little 4-inch roller and just rolled over top of it, and that was it. But anyway, it just blends right in. This is what the surface looks like. So when you get the surface, and I explain this to people, what you want to do is you want to put down 2 coats of paint. The reason it doesn't make a difference what kind of paint or what color it is. The reason why you do that is because it's a surface. You don't want some areas to dry uneven. You don't want to have an uneven spot here and there. The paint does not require to be primed, but you're talking about a surface that's designed to absorb. So you want something that's going to be, when you put that application on it, it's going to allow the surface to absorb in as much paint as possible. 2 coats works perfectly. So you put your first one, let it dry, second one, let it dry, and then you put our application over top of it, and you'll get an even coat. Without the 2 coats, if you paint that over, you could have one area that soaks in some more paint and some that soaks in less, so you have uneven spots on your screen. So that's the trick of basically painting over your screen. You want to paint the whole entire screen, including the border, because mind you, the screen's going to be black, so you don't have to worry about a border. It automatically has a built-in border because the screen's dark. You only paint one side of the screen. You don't have to paint one side and then paint the other side. That's completely pointless. Just prime the one side, your only side you're going to be using with the paint. So right there, this is about 150 inch right here. Voila! Put that over there. Now, for those of you who've been asking me questions about, can I paint PVC? No, not for outside. Not for portables. I would never paint a PVC screen for outside and portable because PVC screens will stick. If you fold them up and you put a piece of paper in between them, then you're good. Other than that, every time you fold the screen, it may crack or peel. It's not good. It's only good if you're painting things inside. So if you have a fixed frame screen, well, fixed frame screens and motorized screens, the PVC is different. On a motorized screen, it's more stiffer. On a fixed frame screen, it's more expandable. So they're two different forms of surfaces. So we're going to take that and put it over here. Now, we're going to stretch out our surface right here. Why don't you say what you say? Let's start over here. Once you paint it on the surface, it is pretty much, you can beat the crap out of it. I walked on screens, all that other good stuff. I'm not going to mess this straight up. This stuff is permanent. Once it goes in, it goes in. It bleeds right into the surface like motorized projection screens. You ever seen me paint a motorized projection screen before? Whoop, camera rotated in the wrong direction. I got screens upstairs that I can basically go in and unravel. They can be up there sitting up on the wall for about a week or a month, and I can just come in and just whoop, bring them down. With no cracking or peeling. All right, Sloths, you're going to be in for this one. All right, so we're going to hang our screen up. And that's what I like about the portables. Because the portables, you know, look at the size of my screen. It's a 150-inch screen that I can take anywhere I want. Now, hopefully next week, I get my shots. Boom, 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 boom. And I can't wait. I'm still going to be wearing a mask. I'm still going to be wearing a mask. People say, oh, you can go in mask without you get your shots. No, I'm still wearing a mask. I know not saying I know quite a lot, but I've done a lot of research on this virus. And I explained to people, couldn't be more clear than that viruses have big brothers and big sisters. They have interesting strands attached to them. And nobody knew about that Delta variant before they started telling you to unmask. They didn't tell you about that particular junker running around. There's going to be a few more of them. That's what they are. It's a virus. It has big brothers and big sisters. They break off and they evolve into nastier and bigger and uglier things. So I'm going to be getting my shots, yes, to protect me from it. But I'm also going to be wearing a mask because that thing just popped up. What else is floating around? So, better safe than sorry. People always say, oh, stop being so paranoid. Yeah, well, like I said, better safe than sorry. Reason why my dad, well, he's passed on right now, but the reason why my dad basically survived the military and everything else he probably had to go through with things I couldn't even imagine. Better safe than sorry. But anyway, let's move on. All right, so we got our screen open. I'm gonna pull it up because I need to take it into the next room over here. I need to hang it up. If it bothers you that I talk about that, then you basically do not keep aware. See, the same thing that you see me doing live, it's the same thing that companies do with our product when they basically take it down to a test facility before signing a contract or doing any deals with it or buying large quantities of the product. They have to test it out to see if it works. Ugh. All right, so we're going to hang it up. I think the way I hang it up anyway. I'll come over here. I'm going to hang up my screen. Let's get our lights on too because it's really dark in this room. And I don't like being in the dark. Not a fan for it. I find it interesting that people who try to mock our products, only one person, tries to mock our products, does all their demonstrations in the dark. How come you don't do anything on contrast or whatever? We already know what to do from that. My mix can't even pull up a contrast level. So I already know from the door that if I can't do it, he can't do it. Make sure I'm pulled up here. There we go. Not been shown anything. Not that type of show. So, you know, if my mix matches his product perfectly, and my light mix outperforms his product, and still, neither one of them can basically outperform a dark screen, well, there you go. I told you, no gray screen paint's going to have that capability. Not even mine. It's not going to work. Oh, I forgot it's you. You do that. You! I got you under my skin. Deep in the heart. So deep in my heart. In a good mood today, people. Real good mood today. I told you I got some real big, interesting contracts coming my way. And we got this new project we're working on that's looking really, really nice. Oh yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. God is good. God is good. All right, let me see. I'm going to come across here. I like this because it has grommets in it. I love the grommets. Grommets. Not the grimace, but the grommets. I can be in a chair too. So, yesterday, I went and checked out my live stream. Actually, it was pretty good. A lot better. Good thing I did switch over. I switched over to a new carrier. So that's why the image is much better. I want to be hang this out with an ultra short throw. I haven't done enough ultra short throw demonstrations on these screens. Two people have been asking me questions about that. About ultra short throws. I got a hole here that I put my screen into. I think it's here. It should be. If not, we have to drill another one. Alright, so there's my screen up. It's good to go. Yeah, like I said, you know, when you're doing something dirty, you're not doing something right, people start hiding. They start hiding things left and right. And they do. We don't hide from anything. I got nothing to hide from. My product works perfectly fine. Got enough demonstrations to literally choke a horse or a dinosaur, which one you want to choose. You know? I don't hide anything. That's why I like to do the live demonstrations on our tests, because it allows our customers to be able to see the screen in real time and they get a chance to see all the tests. So we display all our tests. But if someone's not doing tests, how do you know how that product is going to react? That's good right there. Let's grab us up a projector. Okay, we'll grab a projector. We've done this already on the 800 by 600 res 720p projector. I was going to run the 4300 lumen Christie projector, but that wouldn't be fun, would it? Let's do the low one. Let's do the 800 by 600 720p. That's much better. So we're going to use, in this demonstration, my projector I use in my theater room. This is my main projector. It's my Viewsonic. Let me give you the model number. That's the model number of my projector right there. That's a 720p SVGA projector. No 4K, no 1080p, nothing. Not even a 720p XGA or WXGA. That's an SVGA. That's 600 by 800 res. It's pretty low res, isn't it? When you think about it. All right, let me grab me some power. Power! All right, got the fire stick, fire struck, and we got the power cords on my equipment attached to it. This baby up right now. These right here, these projectors right here, the ones I'm using right now, are fantastic. If you're going to be using, if you want an outside projector and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this particular model is perfect. I'll tell you why. 3800 lumens. It doesn't make a difference about the 22,000 to 1 contrast. The screen's black. It's going to pick up contrast regardless if your projector didn't have any contrast. So that's not something you're really going to have to be concerned about at all. Didn't I just do this demonstration? Yeah, I did do this demonstration already, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again because, you know, for some reason, in my demonstrations, I have magic. If I had that ability to be able to, oh boy, I'll tell you something. I'm not even going to tell you what went just through my head a few minutes ago. If I had the power to be able to manipulate time and space, whoo, man, it'd be a different story for some people. It'd be a different story for your lives. To add that kind of power. Here we are. All right, so let's turn on the projector. Projector. There we go. Man, we got a nice cool day today. Yesterday was cooking. Yesterday was cooking. Oh, let me show you the distance of my projector. So this is how far my projector sits back from the screen. I really don't like doing ultra short throw projectors. I only do ultra short throw tests if for tests. But I like to do the long throw. I like that distance throw. Now keep in mind, we got tests of the Nova 17 producing images outside on 1,000 lumens at 13 feet back. This is a cakewalk. I think I want to move my projector back a little bit farther back. I want more of a distance throw on this. Let's go back even farther. All right, can we get that? That's good. Let me see. Yeah, because I want to bring it back a little farther. I want more of a distance throw in a fully lit environment. There we go. Come on. Tuck you in there. Yeah, interesting. Screen's so dark you can't even see it. And here we are in all real time. This is the reason why I don't have 80 to 90 to 200 or 300 complaints on YouTube about my product not working. Because it works. So we got two options here. One, you're seeing an illusion and I have the power to manipulate and control your mind. Or two, it works. And I don't have powers. So, this comes from individuals that are extremely jealous over the product because, as I said before, at the end of the day, your gray mixes Our gray products are obsolete. It's an 8-year-old product. People don't you really need it. It's what you call a mid. Well, it's put it this way. In the world of high-end projection screens, a lot of people aren't going to cough up $3,000 to $5,000 for a projection screen. Those are your gunmetal screens, the darker screens. Usually when people are shopping for a screen, if you're a boss and you're going to walk in there and say, hey, look, give me top of the line, give me that $3,000, $5,000 screen, give me that $5 grand black diamond if you got that kind of money. But most people are going to go with the best they can get. So either they're going to go start off with a white screen, and that's going to be crap city USA. They're not going to want that crap at all, because they're going to notice that they're not getting the performance out of their projector. They're going to swap over and get a mid-gray with that light gray. That's that cinema, what's it called? Cinema gray. It's a light gray screen, which falls in the same category as those light gray mixes. That's an $800, $900 screen. Then they're going to want something a little bit more, better than that, but not expensive as the big boy gunmetals. They're going to ask for something like not a dark Cernon. They're going to want something like the Cinema Gray 5D, Cinema Gray 3D, something in that area right there. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to ask for. And then if you have the money, if something comes along, you have to be able to obtain a darker screen, you're going to go with that gunmetal. See what I mean? The darker screens are the most expensive, or the most superior screens, where the other screens are basically, they're the step-ups to get to that top screen. That's what you're going to have to do. Gray screens can produce a contrast a little bit better than a what do you call it? They can produce contrast a little better than a white screen. The problem is, I call them, they're in the land of limbo. They can't produce proper color. That's why they tell you to calibrate. And they can't produce contrast because the screen doesn't produce like a black screen or gunmetal or darker screen. And they can't produce white levels as high as a white screen. So they're kind of stuck in an in-between area. The only thing they do is to give you a bit of an improvement over white screen. So right now, we're on my 800 by 600 720p Viewsonic projector. Cost me $150. No 4K, no 1080p, not even 720p at XGA or WXGA, SVGA. There's my screen right there. Real time. So like I said, don't have magic powers. And this is real time. Voila la. Like I said before, you know, my product can produce bright, beautiful images. And the thing about it is, I explained to this particular individual who makes these demonstrations that keep in mind, when the day comes, when I bring you into court, that judge is going to ask you, do you have any evidence that Mr. Bird's product does this and I want to see it? You're going to have to back that up in a court of law, buddy boy. And if you can't, well, I'm going to sue you for a great deal of money. I don't care if you got it or not. You have to back up that claim that you made against our company. You want to started a campaign that our company can't produce an image and our image comes up so dark you can't see the screen. You now are going to have to present some kind of evidence in that courtroom proving your theory being right. And we'll bring in witnesses just to let you know who have the product. Now, getting back to that one. White sheet of paper. Acoustic white screen with a 0.9 gain. Boom, boom. Now, keep in mind, unlike your mixes, or my mixes, the white sheet of paper is going to produce a much higher white level than our screen. Much higher white level than my mix and your mix. Because nothing produces a brighter and whiter image than a white screen. Especially if you have one that has a 0.9 gain attached to it. So let's see if this white sheet of paper and the 0.9 elite screen, white screen, can turn our screen as dark as the one in the demonstration. Mind you, I look forward to do this in court. Because my buddy was saying that, he's like, you know what, this guy doesn't realize you do live real-time demonstrations all the time. I said, yeah, I do live real-time demonstrations all the time. He said, you know, when you take them to court, you can request a judge to allow you to present your demonstrations like this in court. And I said, yeah, I know. Yeah, buddy, you're going to have to prove it in court. I'm asking for a code 350. So let's see if we can get the screen to go as dark. Mind you, like I said, we're not using gray, we're using bone white. Anytime anybody develops any form of dark technology, first things are going to drop are going to be white levels. But with white screens, first thing is going to drop for them is contrast and color. So as I said before, it's a give and take relationship. See, when we test our technology, and we do test, other people don't, when we do test, anytime we do a dark screen, we make sure we test it against a white surface to see how the white levels lie. And the reason why I can do this demonstration live with no problem is because our screens are tested. The reason why some people have to sit in the dark and do demonstrations with contrast levels and cut as many corners as they possibly can is because they don't do tests and they have a fear of how their screens are going to perform. So they have to cut those corners in order to give their screens the best chance of looking good on camera. We don't have to do that. I have confidence in my product. That's why I'm not even doing this on a 4K. Why would I do this on a 4K projector? I don't need a 4K projector. That's cheating. Let's make it hard for the screen. And that is a calibrated projector. My projector's not calibrated. I don't have to calibrate it. Alright, you guys can watch that. I'll be over here. I got some things I gotta do, so we're just gonna let this run. I like this particular demonstration setup on here because there's no commercials. It'll run right through. Now also too, another thing before I leave and take care of some business over here. Usually when people do these kind of demonstrations, they have to pick and choose what demonstrations that they're going to use because if contrast levels pop up, their screen may not be to handle contrast levels. They have to be there to be to control what content hits the screen. So that way you don't see what they know what's going to happen. Or they'll just do the demonstration in the dark, knowing that if the contrast levels do pop up, they got a fair chance of being able to produce a somewhat contrast level. Oh, let me show you the environment real quick while we're here. Plenty of light, as you can see. Nice and bright, right? Let's show you the distance on where the projector is sitting. This is how far my projector sits back from my screen. Almost in the next room. See, these are the test demonstrations, and these are the demonstrations that companies do on our product, and this is why this is one of our top sellers. What am I doing? We're going right through this bad boy. All right, you guys watch this and we'll do something else. Let's get some brighter colors on here. These are too dark. Let's see. Let's go with these right here. We don't want a bunch of contrast levels. We need brighter colors. Oh, here we go. This was supposed to be another one. It was supposed to come up dark on the Black Nova 17. Hold on for a minute. Let me get myself another white sheet of paper. Make sure we got enough on here. Let's grab another white sheet of paper. I want one on each side all the way across. Let's go with white surplus. What we do with white surplus? We'll take the white surplus and let's see. I got another one over here with national names. Take this one. All right. We got another white sheet of paper, and we have another white certified screen. I forgot that I have. It's not as high as the Elite screen, but it's a 0.2 gain white screen. I'm trying to see if I can find some more that are like the 0.9. So this right here, this is from, I'm taking this with me now. This is from Viewstorm. That's the white surface right there. The white surface Viewstorm. We're going to put them, man, that's stuck to the surface pretty good. We're going to put that right there. Come on, play nice. Put them right there. So we have Viewstorm, white sheet of paper, 0.9 Elite screen. They're acoustic. And we're just going to grab ourselves another white sheet of paper. Because even a white sheet of paper is going to show a much higher white level than any screen. Even a gray screen is going to show a much higher white level. Put that right there. There we go. Everything is on camera. And let's grab ourselves. And you know, it's funny, you'll get a chance to see how dumb some people can be. They'll probably be ranting like, oh, the demonstration's fake. Yeah. I faked a video in actual real time. I'm sorry, but I gotta laugh over that. I mean, you'd have to be real stupid to make that comment. As I said before, there's no gray screen. Not his mix, not my mix, not anybody's mix, not any gray screen that's going to produce a white level higher than a white screen. It's going to produce the brighter colors in a white screen. The only difference is that basically once you add in that contrast level, then that's when the colors start to pop and look more realistic. But light gray screens are just pretty much on a fine line of white screens. They react the same way. And mind you, when the demonstration was done, it was done in a dark environment. You know why? Because this wouldn't have pulled up on a great screen at all. That would have washed out. That's why they had to do the demonstration in the dark or in a somewhat poorly lit environment, because these contrast levels wouldn't have pulled. Same thing when we did the demonstration against the Black Inferno Nova 17. We did that demonstration outside. You see anybody try to back up and repeat the same demonstration, proving that their screen can do the exact same thing that screen did outside? Nope. Great screens can't do it. So far, with these high-end screens we have here, these white screens and certified screens, we have not been able to turn the screen is dark as it was claimed to be in these video demonstrations. Let's see if we can find something else on here, much more brighter. How about this food demonstration? It's a very bright demonstration. See if we can turn that dark. Oh, that side's coming down. That needs to be put back up. I wonder that's going to get us in trouble. Stay up there. Like I said, we can back up that our products don't produce dark images that you can't see the screen. Problem is with that gray and black mix. Wow. All I can say is that product right there, that can be backed up 100%. Including hardcore evidence of your deleted video attached to it. Let's put another white piece of paper right here. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to see if we can turn this screen dark as displayed in Crow's demonstration of the Nova 17 producing an image so dark against his gray screen paint. Only problem is here we don't have gray screens. Our screens are bone white. Well, not problem, but interesting. All right, let's find some more whiter levels. See if we got any snow. Here we go. This will work. Let's see if this turns our screen as dark. We got this rewind all the way back? Yeah, right there. Yeah, we did do this demonstration. I remember this one. Of course I remember it. Alright, that's going to start getting dark real quick. That's not going to work. We need something brighter. What else we got? We ain't got no, I think we got some other demonstrations on here that are nice and bright. Like nature. You know, I got penguins. Let's check these out. As I said before, I'll never get up here on camera and tell you that our dark technology is going to produce the same white levels as the white screen. We got plenty of room. Cut it out. Never going to tell you that, because that'd be a lie. The white levels are going to drop when it comes to darker technology. It's not going to drop dramatically where you can't see the image. That's why we have the white sample sheets to be able to test the product to see exactly, again, where the white levels lay. Let's go over to, I could have swore we had a, oh, here we go. I like this one right here. This is nice. A lot of white levels on here. And the first thing is, how? See, they're baffled. They can't figure out how is it possible. It's possible because it's God's technology. That's why it's possible. But you're bothered by that. You can't figure out how that's possible. Anything is possible. The problem is that if you go through life cutting corners all your life, well, you can't really understand exactly how things really work if you're used to taking a shortcut. Some people take the long road and they learn more, and other people take the shortcut and they get there maybe faster, but they learn nothing in the process. And then when the real tests pop up, they're the first ones to crumble. Let's go with some whiter colors. 4K snow screensavers. Like I said, our products can produce amazing white levels. The problem with his product is, like I said, it works. Unfortunately, it matches black and white paint, and black and white paint works the same way too. At $15 a gallon, probably less than that, way less than that. And when people are basically doing things they shouldn't be doing, they hide. As in pulling down your eBay store, as in going in and basically deleting certain videos off your account so people don't find out certain things, stuff like that. What you should have did, and I explained to you, you should have rebranded yourself, and you should have went out and apologized to your customers. Instead of coming at us isn't doing you any good. My product still sells. I'm still contracted. At the end of the day, I still make my money. But you, on the other hand, it's a different story. You need to go out and you need to apologize to your customers on what you did to them, and you need to basically rebrand yourself, come up with a better product. Go back and open up your eBay store, bring it back online, and bring out a better product. And stop doing all this sneaky stuff of trying to tear down other people's work to make your work look better. Because in the end, nobody wins on that level. Got to do things honestly. You got to do them by the book. For anyone that's going to sit there and tell me that, oh, my white levels are so dark you can't see them, guess what? I'm out here live right now. I've done dozens of these, including paint-on demonstrations displaying my technology's white levels. I display my technology's white level every time I get certified screens. What's the first thing I ask for? White screen. You, on the other hand, if someone's saying that, hey, your product doesn't pull a contrast level, even though you claim you could pull a contrast level next to a black screen, you don't back it up. You don't prove it or nothing. You just come back at the person who said it to you. The UV mix does not pull proper white levels. It was never tested properly. I can see that on my end. Did you do any demonstrations showing your UV mix with white levels on a white screen? No, you just came at us. Coming at us isn't doing you any good. At the end of the day, like I said, I can back up my product 100%. You can't do that. And at the end of the day, my orders still come in, my contracts still stand. Nothing changes for us. You need to concentrate on basically, number one, apologizing to your customers, and then build that customer support back up again, and then go in and basically make a new product. Then take the old video that you deleted, make that particular same product, and match it against your new product to show that there's a difference, and it has nothing to do with one and another. Just like when you told me live on camera to go turn my screen around to show the black side of it against the Black Nova, and you were wrong. You thought that actually was going to match? No, because we do those tests already. That's how I know. That's if someone comes out here and they say, hey, Ken, I want you to put your screen against a white sheet of paper. Bam! I got no problem doing that. Our screens are tested. We have to do these tests. It's important these tests are done. Very, very important that you test your product. There's no way in the world anybody in this room is going to go out and buy brakes that have not been tested. You're going to strap those onto your car and they haven't been tested? No, you're not going to do that. Everything on this planet has to be tested. It has to be. Everything down to lawn chairs, to anything you can name. I like to watch that show, How Is It Made? I love watching that because I get a chance to watch everything, how they build it, how they put it together, how they construct it, how they test it over and over again and again and again. I love that stuff. You have to test your products. You can't just make a product, paint it onto a piece of board or cardboard, stick it up on a wall, and then darken the environment and then go, look how amazing it looks. Where's the test? With the individual snowflakes falling. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the guy gets on my nerves from time to time, and he does some really dumb stuff. But I tell you something, I don't want to see him give up. I want to see him keep going at it. Just got to learn to do things a little differently, that's all. Ain't nobody taking joy over him basically closing down his eBay store. There's no joy over that. I don't like to see people give up and quit. All that other dumb stuff you did, that's what's getting you thrown in the court. That's a different story. You're doing dumb stuff like that, that's what got you tossed in the court. But other than that, anything else, making your own product or whatever, yeah, you need to do a little better, that's all. You need to reopen up that store, you need to work on a better product, do more research, do more testing. It's not easy. People are going to say it's not easy. It's a lot of freaking hard work. It is a lot of hard work. I have to test so many levels on testing screens, and you see me doing it on camera over and over and over again and again and again. Test, 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 test. It's a lot of work. Let's see if we can find some. We'll take these right here. I'll take them white novas right there.
On lamps, on chairs, on mattress. Bob's Discount. Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
I love how people say, oh, Christians aren't supposed to act this way and act that way. Read your Bible. Crack a book and read your Bible. There are Christian warriors that shed a lot of blood. David was one of them. A great warrior. God has warriors. Christians aren't made to be stepped on and trampled on. God protects his own and we protect ourselves too. Don't get that twisted. There are Christian lawyers. People say, oh, but you're a Christian. You're supposed to turn the other cheek. Yeah, turn the cheek to a certain degree. I mean, sick lawyers on you for doing dumb stuff. Because you're not supposed to do those dumb things. There's a certain guideline on how you do things. I have Jamie's address. As a matter of fact, I have a few of his addresses. I told you I hired an investigator. Dig up some stuff on him. Got a lot of information on Jamie. A ton of information on him. Do you see me posting his information online on any of that stuff? No, I don't do stuff like that. You're not supposed to do things like that. That information we got from him is for the lawyers to go out when we get ready. If he doesn't abide by these documents that we sent to him, to send someone down and to serve him, to let him know that you got to be in court on this day. That's what that's for. Well, we don't go posting that information. Even when I showed you the draft of the, I'm going to screw this up. I think it's crease and desist order. I always screw it up. We sent them to show you the draft of it. We blocked out his information. Because you don't do stuff like that. But the stuff that he does, that's what landed him in court. Going to Home Depot with a copyrighted logo, yeah, that's what's going to get you sued. Doing dumb stuff like that. And then recording yourself doing it, then deleting the recording. We already have copies of it. That's the kind of stuff that gets you sued. Doing dumb stuff. That screen lowering or what? Skyworth food demonstration. And believe me, him doing that demonstration, him running into Home Depot doing that, hurt him more ways than one. Because you got companies now that will stay away from him. They won't give him a contract. No way in the world to give him a contract. You gonna do something stupid like that? Who knows you won't do something stupid like that to us? He hurt himself doing that. People don't want to do business when you do dirty stuff like that. Posting people's information online, companies don't want to be bothered with you on that. You hurt yourself. Got yourself a nice big lawsuit over it. Well, it depends. If he basically follows by the guidelines that my attorneys have given to him, and he follows them correctly, then he doesn't have a problem. And he violates it, then we just take him to court. We go before a judge and we explain to the judge that we did give him a chance to back out of this, to get himself out of this, and he basically went ahead and did what he did. It just shows proof that we did give him a warning before we actually sued him. So the judge can sit there and say, hey, look, they gave you this document. Why didn't you follow and listen to what they said? They said clearly right here they're going to take you to court and sue you if you did this. And you did it anyway. So guess what? You reap what you sow. That's what that's for. Then we can present the evidence of him going into Home Depot on video. Yeah, it's going to be on a big screen for him to see. Everybody in the courtroom to see. Showing him going into Home Depot with our product. Trying to make our product. Then you're going to have to deal with the government on top of that because it's a copyright. So keep in mind, we'll sue you and they're not going to sue you, but they're going to find the crap out of you. And they may seek jail time. There may some jail time may pop up in there. Unless you plead guilty. That'll work. But then you have the criminal charges that are pressed against you for posting my address online. Yeah, I wouldn't file charges against you on that one. Yeah, so how are you? I was definitely, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm still sitting here trying to turn my screen dark like we did in the video. This ain't working. Let's try, long run. LG snowboarding demonstration. Let's try that one. And people say, well, we got a document from that from Screen Innovations. That crease and whatever, the cease order, whatever, yeah, we got one from them. But also we have an email from them, of them contacting us, telling us that our product has potential. Which means they were interested in our technology before they came at us with a lawyer. And that's because talks broke down. And talks broke down, and I'm saying it as it is, and it's true. Talks broke down because I requested an NDA before coming down to their facility with that product because I wanted protection. And since the NDA was not given, then that's when things went downhill. But we never came on there with Screen Innovation. We did our side by side with them. We didn't call them scammers. We didn't call them fakes. We didn't call them none of that. Matter of fact, I was quite impressed by the technology because I said, when I saw that technology, it led me in this direction to dark technology. And I was done with doing light gray screen paints after seeing that technology walk into my room. So I give him credit on that. But we never came on there and said nasty things about him at all. We just did side-by-side demonstrations. We just noticed a few interesting things about their screens that ours didn't do. And that's why we got the email from them saying that our product has potential from Screen Innovation. That definitely ain't working. Let's try J and K 4K. These are a few ones I have done. This is a very light one. We're going to do this one. We do the other one. We're done. Because I'm at a minute right now. So as you can see in the demonstration, with my OLED-like fabric, Nova 17 projection screen, portable. Guess it is portable because I'm going to fold this up and put it right back in the kitchen where it was at. No, it doesn't produce an image that's so dark you can't see the screen. You got white screens, certified screens, white paper lined all the way across the screen. We're using a cheap 720p, which also shows that you don't have to have a 4K or 1080p or overpriced expensive projector. We don't require that to make the screen look good. We're using our SVGA 720p 600 by 800 res projector. That you bought on Amazon would cost you $300 brand new. eBay had a couple of them for 150 bucks to 250, but I don't know if they're still there anymore. This is also a great projector if you want to use it outside too. Technology can be used in a fully lit environment. Ugh. Excuse me. Beautiful one in 4K. All right, let's see. Okay, that'll work right there. do one more and then I'm gonna do some foods. Actually, I want some really bright color. I think I did those already. I want some really bright colors. Did the Wolfie already? Let's do some foods. Right, so always down the line, ain't it? Because I'm not doing any contrast levels. I mean, screen's automatic going to be to prove that one. That's too easy. Really, it's all the way down here? I must have missed it. I had to have missed it. I've had to have missed it. There we go. I know I missed it. White screensavers. White abstract screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
And you doing some white abstract screensavers. The screen was so dark, you wouldn't be to see the individual squares moving up and down on the screen. That would be virtually impossible. So usually people might be able to take notice of it already. They're like, Bird, yeah, dude's losing it. Due to the fact that you can see individual squares and detail in the back of your screen.
Summer's on sale. Shop tea frames, bubble plastic chicken breast, and more. The ShopRite Can't Get Any Hotter sale.
And right there, that's a white screensaver. Bone white. Against white screens. So if my technology was so dark you couldn't see it, there's no way in the world you'd be able to see the background of where my screen is laying at. The only thing you would be able to see are the screens that are standing in front. That's another way we also test the screens too when we first started developing the product. This is what I mean by the UV mix doesn't do these demonstrations. That's supposed to be his dark product. There's no demonstrations of him displaying a bone white level with white pieces of paper against. He doesn't do any of that. Doesn't do its gray screens against contrast levels. Don't do that. All right, I'm finished. All right. Taking down my screen and fold it up and put it back on the kitchen floor. So we have a certified white screen right here. White sheet of paper right here. An Elite all white screen with a whopping 0.9 gain attached to it. Can't get any higher or brighter than that. White sheet of paper right here. White sheet of paper right here. I'll put this back on my kitchen door. Those of you that are interested in doing the portable screen, like I said, very easy to do. That's it. We're done. I'll take that, fold it up in the corner, stick it in my kitchen, stack my sofas or whatever patio furniture on top of it, patio pillows. That's it. Nice way to have a nice portable screen. So keep in mind, you know, we got technology here that already been tested on certified screens. That screen over there has beat multiple high-performance screens at $5,000 to $6,000. You want to check out the tests under the Black Nova? Just look me up on the on my account, and you'll see every last test under the Black Nova, showing how superior that technology is. And yes, that technology has been tested on white screens, white surfaces, you name it. Same thing when we test these screens, we have to test them against black paint, we have to test them against black vinyl, we have to test them against black chalk paint, all that stuff. You have to be able to run those tests. They're very important, you know, because the first thing I get asked all the time, anytime I'm dealing with a company or dealing with a customer, is how are the white levels? And I can show them that demonstration right there, or the many demonstrations that we have. If the screens were so dark, it'd be virtually impossible. No way in the world you would be able to see them. No way at all, period. Especially when they're not laid against a gray screen, but white screens on you know, consider that. All right, people, I'm gonna pack all this stuff up. I got some things to do today. Not gonna be shooting any videos for a couple of days because I'm gonna be in contract negotiations. I'm working on some big projects for next year and the year after that. All right? All right. That being said, if you're interested in screen paint, it's available on the website. Oh, by the way, the summer sale is going to be ending in August, so this is the last month for it. All right, thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless.